everything is fine. Your relationship is steady. Your work is going great. There are no visible crises anywhere, and still your body is tight. You check your phone, you read into pauses, you notice somebody's tone shift a little bit more and worry a little bit more about it. Nothing is wrong. So why does it feel like something is? Today we're talking about how the nervous system stays ready for danger, even when things are calm. Okay, so take a breath, because this happens to a lot of us. If this is happening for you, you are not the only one, I promise. And let's name this correctly. This is not an anxiety attack. This is probably that underlying vigilance, hypervigilance, and just staticky anxiety that just kind of hangs around, okay? So no judgment, only checking for data. Be super kind with yourself, okay? And this is subtle, right? This sounds like I have a weird feeling, something feels off. I don't know, I don't fully trust myself or the situation right now. And you are even taking pride often in your intuition. And often this is intuition. And sometimes it's imprint of old patterns, old subconscious patterns. So we've got to acknowledge that if this is something that has been hanging around for a long time, that it can be shifted. It's not just the way you are. Isn't that such a nice feeling? To know that even though there's this stuff here, that it can change. It's not a character flaw. It's not a personality flaw. And it's something that can be changed. Our subconscious mind can be shifted. She's really good at it. Okay, so let's get back to the topic at hand. This might show up for you as steadiness, like the steady readiness, right? Like you're always ready. You're always on. You might feel always on guard, like kind of like that sleep with one eye open kind of feeling, but you're moving through your day where you can't fully focus on things because your mind is telling you to pay attention to what's happening around you. Expect the unexpected. Expect danger. This can be very frustrating because you want to be happy. You want to live a calm, easy, nice life, right? This is not something that you've done wrong to get here. At some point, there was a memory, and maybe several, that required you to be ready to survive. And maybe not actual life or death, but to survive the situation, to feel safe in the situation, to feel safe going to sleep that night, to feel safe taking care of everybody else's feelings, to feel safe in your own skin. So give yourself a breath, because that version of you that felt that way and created this pattern is still inside of you. She loves to be acknowledged, okay? So let's give her some loving acknowledgement. So this early life, this may have been a lot of sudden emotional shifts. It may have been people having explosive reactions, which seemed very, very extreme for the situation. Uncalled for, you might say. There might have been silence. There might have people withdrawing without warning. People leaving for a short amount of time or a long time or forever. People checking out, using substances to kind of check out so that they're not available to you emotionally. It may have been that even love felt conditional and inconsistent. Okay, so just breathe with that, okay? If you need to, remind your body that's not where you are right now. Remind yourself that's not where you are right now. Another nice breath. Your body coded at that time a series of patterns, right? And a series of beliefs and stories that may still be, most likely are showing up in your life now, because that's how our subconscious mind works. Things like stability is temporary. Things are really nice, and then somebody comes home and everything shifts. The mood shifts, the feeling shifts, things become chaotic or dangerous, right? There's calm before the storm. We can have some calm, but if things are too calm, we know that the other shoe's going to drop, that something's going to blow up, that there is going to be a problem that we're going to have to protect ourselves from. And this is not about your thinking mind. This is about what's happening in your subconscious mind. The part that influences your nervous system, the part that influences your reactions, the part of you that is looking for patterns automatically without you even thinking about it. It's watching. These automatic survival patterns do not just dissolve over time. They don't see that you've matured, that you moved on, that you have a new life, you have a great relationship. There's no recognition for what's happening now because the patterns are still based on what was happening back then. And this isn't something that you've done wrong. They will just remain active until they are recalibrated. This is why in adulthood, then, when your life feels stable, your nervous system doesn't fully relax. It's almost like, calm is scary. Calm is nice, but it has this edge of scariness. And I've got to pay attention because things could fall apart. Things could shift. And it could be just a micro shift in tone from someone that you care about. It could be a change in their rhythm. It could be little delays in responses that feel like the dreaded silent treatment, even when they're not. The body is looking for confirmation of old rules all the time. She likes to be right. She likes to base her responses on what has happened in the past. The things that you made it through, that's how she's going to operate now. She's going to operate the same way how she got you through those things that you needed to get through in the past. And this isn't because you're pessimistic. You might be a little pessimistic, right? But it's because your body is protective. Your body is constantly checking what's happening right now against the past. It's trying to predict based on past experiences. It's trying to predict what's going to happen. It's not looking at your present reality. It doesn't even know you've grown up. It doesn't know you're successful. It doesn't know you've got money in the bank. It doesn't know you've got groceries in the cupboard. It doesn't know that you're in a loving relationship. I know it doesn't even know the present time. I know, isn't that wild? So just think about something really good in your life right now. We're just going to do a little check-in, okay? Think about something good in your life right now. Maybe a relationship that's really steady, something that is going well with your work, maybe a time recently that just felt calm, okay? Now I want you to notice your breath. Does it deepen? Or is there this subtle shallowness that happens? This alertness is not intuition. This is memory. If unpredictability was once normal, stability is going to feel unfamiliar. Stability is going to feel unsafe. Remember, the subconscious mind loves to keep you safe. Doesn't care about what's going on around you, doesn't really even see it. She wants to keep you safe, and how does she do that? By keeping you in familiar patterns. If there's a feeling like stability that wasn't present back then, it's going to feel unfamiliar. So she's going to try to shift, right? She's going to try to shift so that you get to create that little sense of anxiety, that little sense of readiness, that little sense of vigilance, just because calm feels weird. Calm creates space, and space can feel unsteady. Your body may interpret things, right? Your body is interpreting that no drama equals that we're waiting for drama. And no conflict means, ooh, something's brewing. And no crisis means something is coming. Give yourself a breath. This is not a conscious thought. This is the nervous system recognizing patterns, keeping you in patterns. And this is important for you to understand because the body prefers the known discomfort over the unknown calm. I'm going to say that again. The body prefers the known discomfort over the unknown calm. I know it feels so tricky, right? It's like your body knows this instability. And it's what you've been through. Those patterns that were set up back when, those feel comfortable. The thing that you've been waiting for your whole life finally shows up, right? Good life, easy work, where there are moments of calm, but your body is like, holy smokes, I don't really do calm. We haven't really done calm before. Calm doesn't translate very well. So this is why many women in their 40s and 50s, 60s have developed really successful lives and then feel this underlying anxiety, hypervigilance, stress. Sometimes that can feel very alarming and it can feel very exhausting and it can make you think that you are doing something wrong. Well, maybe I wasn't good enough when I received all this success. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe now because I've had so much goodness that I have to pay for it. Those are not true. Your body just needs to understand where you are now. We can help your body, your subconscious mind, your nervous system. They're all working together to understand that you are in a calm place now. Sometimes that can feel very alarming and it can feel very exhausting and it can make you think that you are doing something wrong. Well, maybe I wasn't good enough when I received all this success. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe now because I've had so much goodness that I have to pay for it. Those are not true. Your body just needs to understand where you are now. We can help your body, your subconscious mind, your nervous system. They're all working together to understand that you are in a calm place now and that it's safe to feel good, that it's safe to feel calm. I want to speak to something that often happens then when things are good. We might try to create a little bit of chaos to help the subconscious mind. Because remembering now that discomfort of chaos is easier than just feeling calm. So you might start to rattle a little something in your relationship. You might push the envelope a little bit at work with something. You might test somebody. You may be going great. You may do something, create a problem, and this is called self-sabotage. But the real name underneath all the stories is it's protection. It's subconscious protection. So if you've ever stirred things up because you wanted to feel something, because calm was a little bit too scary, you're not alone. Okay, I want to just address here the cost of expecting less, right? This living in anticipation causes this quiet erosion of your self-trust, of your self-confidence, of your self-worth. Because you don't fully enjoy the good seasons, you hedge emotionally, and you don't really feel the depth of joy that you could. Because you're always staying this slightly prepared, slightly ready, slightly vigilant, slightly anxious, right? And this impacts your intimacy. You never fully connect. You never fully soften. It may impact your success. Like you might tighten up when things start to expand. And your money, you may anticipate that things are going to contract. So you start getting really scared about your money. When things start feeling really good, sometimes people worry about losing everything because that's been the old pattern, right? And when there's peace, you question it. This is tough. This is tough on the heart. It's tough on the heart because your heart knows, your spirit knows, your highest self knows what is possible for you, but your subconscious mind, she's still protecting. Okay? So over time, of course, this can create some emotional fatigue. It can even cause burnout. And it's not because life is hard, but because your nervous system is running a scan on repeat all the time. If you have your cameras set up that are battery operated and they're scanning your property all the time, the battery runs out. It needs to be recharged. The same thing happens with your body. And you can ask yourself, why am I so tired? Why do I feel good but have this underlying tired feeling? Why am I ready to take a nap even when things are good? I know. Be so loving to yourself, okay? No one sees it, right? No one sees it from the outside. You look composed, and on the inside, you are bracing for that impact that never quite lands. So give yourself a breath. This can shift, and it can shift even easier than you think, okay? But I want to make one thing very clear. Logic does not calm this down. Like we talked about earlier, your subconscious mind doesn't see what you're doing now. It doesn't think about what you're doing now. It doesn't see your vision, right? It doesn't understand reason. It doesn't understand, well, I'll just think better tomorrow. When I wake up, I won't be nervous. It doesn't really work that way, unfortunately. And if you've been dealing with this, I'm guessing you know that, right? Because you wake up, you think you're going to have a great day, but sometimes you wake up with the feeling already there. You can tell yourself they're not going to leave me, that this is secure, that nothing is wrong, everything is fine, look around, we're all fine. But this kind of pattern does not recognize logic. This kind of pattern does not reorganize just because you think differently. This imprint reorganizes through experience. And the subconscious updates that can happen when the body completely feels and repeatedly feels stability starts to register as safe, as safety. This work requires depth. This work requires guided recalibration. And it's okay to have somebody help you, right? You've been doing a lot of stuff all by yourself for a very, very long time. In the subconscious work, we access the original encoding, the original patterns, the original stories, the original responses to unpredictability. And we introduce new experiences of calm, and we help your nervous system feel that calm through and through. It's really spectacular experience. So your body then learns silence is natural. It's okay. It's safe. Success can be sustainable. Your body can learn that calm does not always precede a storm. Things aren't always ready to collapse when calm is around. And when the body learns that, the scanning quiets, okay? And it's not because you forced it. It's because the rule changed. The code changed. The programming changed. The programming shifted. This is the difference between coping and managing your emotions and subconscious recalibration. I can help you manage your emotions, but I would rather help you recalibrate on a subconscious level so that you don't have to manage, that you can feel more joy, you can feel more peace, you can feel more calm, you can feel more trust, you can feel more ease, you can enjoy the calm instead of having to feel it, start the pattern, and then fight your way back to calm. So here's what is on the other side of all of that recalibration. When the expectation of loss or the inner prediction, like something is going to go down, when that feeling dissolves, you can enjoy what is happening while it's happening. Instead of having the feeling of, oh my gosh, something great is happening right now, I know I'm going to pay for it on the other side. You can let someone love you without scanning for a problem. You can let yourself love someone without creating a problem. Isn't that yummy? Isn't that lovely? Just the idea that you can feel closer to the partner that you already have. You can trust that your person is the person because they've shown up for you. They've been your person, but you can actually connect with them on a deeper level now because you're not constantly scanning for a problem. This often happens for women that I've worked with who've been married for 10, 20, 30 years. They feel so much safer with their partner, not because their partner's changed, but because their inner story about what they deserve and what calm means has shifted. So you can allow success without tightening, without stressing. You can experience peace without waiting for the other shoe to drop. I know that old feeling, that waiting for the other shoe to drop, can be a very common feeling for many of us. What if it wasn't going to drop? What if you didn't have to worrying about that it was going to drop? That's what's on the other side here. This is called nervous system capacity. This is not you being naive. And this is not you expecting that the world is going to be perfect, but having this deep trust that you can move through it and you can enjoy the calm when it comes and that you can weather the storms when they happen and return to calm without having a worry that something's going to break down. I know, it feels nice. It feels good, doesn't it? Okay, so if this resonated with you, this is a reminder that you're not broken, you're not flawed, you're already perfect, whole, and complete. Okay? And this just means that your subconscious mind learned unpredictability, and we can help her relearn what it feels like to feel calm, to feel happy when things are good. So around this area, wherever you see this video, you can find a button or a link to connect with me. And I hope that you do. I'd love to have a conversation with you about where you are and where you want to be and how we can get you there, bridge the gap, and help you feel so much better in your life so that your beautiful life that looks really good on the outside also feels really good from the inside. Okay. Notice your patterns this week. Notice any disruptions you have. Take very good care of yourself. Drink your water because you moved a lot of energy. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.